Gloria Donahue again with Nana's Cookery. Welcome back to the kitchen. We're still making goodies for the holidays, and this is a candy, a brittle. Very commonly people have peanut brittle. This is a multi-nut brittle, which has cashews and almonds and pecans in it. So it's interesting. If you like brittle, I think you'll enjoy it. It doesn't have a whole lot of ingredients. Let me show you the recipe. Seems to me I better copy it because it's getting in pretty bad shape. Torn out from a magazine years ago. So let me read you the ingredients. 1.5 cups of sugar, 1 cup of water, 1 cup of light corn syrup, and that comes in this bottle. A can, 12 ounce of premium nuts. So what I did is get an 8 3/4 ounce can. They no longer seem to make it in a 12 ounce. And then I added some cashews to bring it up to the 12 ounces. 3 tablespoons of butter, a teaspoon of vanilla extract, and 1.5 teaspoons of baking soda. So we're going to go to the stove now and start it. I've already put 1.5 cups of sugar in this large saucepan. I'm then going to add a cup of water, and I'm going to add a cup of corn syrup. And measuring the water first will make it a little easier to get the corn syrup out entirely. I think I may need to go to my next bottle. I use a lot of this because, of course, I also use a little bit in my almond butter crunch, and I also make some pies. Walnut pie in particular has the light corn syrup in it. So now I'm going to put that in the pan. We're going to cook this to 280 degrees. We're eventually going to cook it to 300, but we're going to get to 280 and then add the nuts. I'm going to stir it. I'm going to put it at medium heat. I want it in a fairly large pan because when you add that baking soda, it's momentarily going to come up. So you want to make sure that you have a deep saucepan. I'm going to put it at a medium heat. You do not have to stir a candy mixture the whole time. And it goes very, very slowly, up to maybe 240, then slower. If I wanted to get to 280, I will keep on checking it, and from 260, I'll pay more attention to it. But right now, I'm just going to put it on a medium heat. I didn't realize all these favorite sayings I had, like I wouldn't leave town, and that means don't go too far. So make sure that you're around. You can be doing other things, and then just every once in a while come and check it out. We're back with our brittle. I've used a thermometer and it tells me it's 280, and I'm going to slowly add the nuts because I've got this really hot mixture in there. You can do this with cold water and a little spoonful. You go from a soft ball, which would be for your fudge, to your harder for your caramel and things. But honestly, a candy thermometer is so much better and more accurate. I happen to have this instant read, which is very expensive, but I use it for a lot of things. And I have lost the little holder for my regular candy thermometer, which is a thermometer that you can just put right over the edge of the pan and keep an eye on it. So I'll have to either jerry-rig my other one or get another candy thermometer. Now you have to watch it carefully because hard crack is 30. That is the same temperature that I use for the almond butter crunch, and that's called hard crack. And that's really the highest temperature you'll ever want for candy because the next step after 300 is burned. So be careful once you add the nuts. You want it to reach 300. It's got to reach that so that it will spread smoothly and have that nice brittleness to it, that crack that we think of with brittle. And now I'm going to put the thermometer probe in there and keep an eye on it. Naturally, as soon as I put the nuts in, that brought the temperature down. It was 280, but it's not going to go up from 280. It's going to go up from a lower temperature because the nuts brought it down. My thermometer tells me that it has reached 300. I'm going to add 3 tablespoons of butter and a teaspoon of vanilla and mix that through. Now remember, we're dealing with very hot material here. This is 300 degrees. You don't fool around with this. I'm going to make sure that that is all stirred in well and that butter is melted. And then I'm going to add baking soda. And then you'll see an interesting thing as the baking soda hits that hot mixture. Let's make sure all that butter, I want to make sure all that butter is melted. Okay, I happen to have measuring spoons that have a teaspoon and a half. And that's what I'm going to use. And this is regular baking soda. And this is what gives peanut brittle its distinctive feel and taste. All peanut brittles have baking soda in them. We're going to mix that really well. And you can see it grows somewhat with that baking soda. Now I have buttered a cookie sheet. And I'm just going to spread it out as thin as I can on that buttered baking sheet. Now you cannot cut this into pieces like you can almond butter crunch. You could do it now, but remember, anything that cooks to 300, any of the candies, almond butter crunch, any brittle, you cannot cut it after it cools. You can break it, but you cannot cut it. And typically brittles are simply broken into smaller pieces. I'm going to put it into a great big piece and then just break it off into smaller pieces. And when you do it as a gift, you just give so many little pieces in a little bag or wrapped or something. So this is how strange it looks with that baking soda in it before I put it out on the cookie sheet. So I'm just going to spread it out as thin as I can. Remember, it is very, very, very hot. You do not want to be touching this in any way with your hands. I'll get out as much as I can. You can see I'm trying to spread it out as I get it on the sheet. I'm trying to put it in smaller things. I think that's about as much as I can get, because now I want to spread it. And don't worry with the funny look that it makes. It looks like strings, etc. You can see that fades right in. It's fine. But I'm just going to get it. I'm just using the back of the spoon, and I'm just going to spread it out as much as I can. And then you let it cool. You just leave it be. But see, all the funniness as I spread it works itself out. So it doesn't stay that way. Don't worry about that. So this is multi or deluxe nut brittle. And the nice thing about this is it travels very well too. If I send this to people away, it'll travel fine. It's not delicate in that regard. So enjoy it. And it was nice having you back in the kitchen. And I love hearing from you.